Joe, I know Jaylen was good enough to play through the hand the last couple games. Did something kind of pop up last game that had him out tonight?
No, he made it through the game well. I think it's just managing the guys throughout the rest of the season.
And he had mentioned it being kind of like a sprain. Is any kind of management you're going to have to deal with down the stretch? Maybe even just kind of put him on ice for the rest of the season, or does he plan on coming back?
No, he's good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe, you're going to be playing like Sacramento, the Knicks, the Bucks, teams with something to play for. You want to get guys rest, but how do you kind of play a competitive team, a game in that situation where they're playing for something as opposed to, or do you believe, do you do the other teams a favor? How do you do what's best for your team? How do you kind of approach games when it means something for them but not as much for you?
I mean, we have opportunity to win tonight, so it's the most important thing. Talked about that shoot around today, so nothing else matters except taking advantage of an opportunity to win. You should always want to win. And everything you do anytime is go through the process of winning. So that's kind of, doesn't mean we will, doesn't mean we won't balance, like you said, what's best for the player, what's best for the team at a particular time, but at the end of the day, regardless of who's out there, got to win. And so it's a good opportunity to do that.
So you guys entered Wednesday's game only allowing 13.5 free throws per game. They got 15 in the third quarter. In terms of not only just collecting that data and what that does, but also having to navigate what that does for the choppy pace and the rhythm of the game, how valuable is that?
What?
Just having to navigate that third quarter where they took more free throws in the frame than you guys have been allowing per game this season, and also what that does to the rhythm and the flow of it.
I think you take a look at that and just see what the fouls were, why they occurred. Some of them was ball pressure, some of it was weak side defense cutting behind us, trying to prevent a layup. So you just get to the root of it and try to nip it in the bud. Through just simple execution, I think is the the biggest thing we took from that.
Thanks.
Hey, Coach. There's been talk. I've heard that the officiating, they've been gradually allowing more physicality. Do you see that, or do you talk about that, or is that something that's not, in fact, happening?
I definitely think the game is picking up a little bit to be more physical, so you use that to your advantage, getting ready for the playoffs and have an understanding of that's going to happen. So I think you just kind of use it to your advantage, opportunity to work at it. So I hope teams are really physical with us the next 6 games so we can work on it,
I feel like we should ask, is Derek okay? Is there anything to be concerned about with the back contusion?
No, he's good.
And then the Maine Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals for the second time in franchise history. How cool is that, and how closely have you guys been tied? And just, I know Jordan's back, but how important are those experiences for those guys?
Important for the players, important for the staff, important for the organization because it validates just the development and the alignment. I always talk about alignment between front office ownership and us, and the Maine and the G League is in that alignment as well. And so you want people to know what they do matters, and that there's a process towards that. And so the fact that they're in there and the communication between Maine and the player development team and our staff and front office and players is great. And I'm really happy for Blaine, and I'm happy for the players and the staff there.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.